So here we are, the Herbie mobile. Very, very clever. Now, people may not know it, but in 1934, Adolf Hitler gave the order to Ferdinand Porsche to develop the Volkswagen. Basically, in German, it's called the people's car. And I don't think a lot of people know that this car was inspired, Ferdinand Porsche was inspired to build it on direct orders from Adolf Hitler. I bet you did not know that. But here we go. This is a 1964 VW Beetle, or Bug. I like to call them the VW Bug. And everybody likes the Herbie number, the Herbie movie. I've seen quite a few of these with the number 53 on it. Really, really popular. In 1938, Hitler actually laid the cornerstone for the Volkswagen factory, the very first one. And he also had this scheme, a payment scheme plan, where all the citizens of Germany would have a booklet, and they would save a little bit of money every week, and the amount would be put in the booklet, and that was the way Hitler thought they would be able to buy these cheap cars, by some sort of booklet plan. It was an interesting plan, to say the least. Well, as I said, this is a 1964 model, but the very first Beetles were produced on a small scale in 1941. So they didn't produce that many of them in 1941. There was a war going on, and so that's when they actually started building got the first ones out the door, 1941. But to go back to that savings booklet that Hitler was trying to get his people to, that was his idea. His people would have a savings booklet, and every week they'd add a little bit of money to the booklet, and before you know it, they had this nice affordable car. And it leads me to an idea, of the people in the 1930s and 40s. They were totally against going to the bank and getting a loan. And that's an interesting concept. A booklet to save your money, no interest, no interest being charged on you. And it's funny how now the government's just kind of push all these kids to go get school loans, yeah, to go to college, where I don't know what in the world they learn in a college, but there's no jobs for them. So they got these huge loans, and the money comes from the bank. They're getting charged interest, and the governments say, "Hey, this is a great idea. This is what we're teaching the kids today. Go to the banks, get these stupid loans, pay the interest on it. Oh, you may or may not get a job after you get out of college." I think it's insane what these kids are paying for college today. And that's the idea, that little savings booklet that they had, for the idea of a savings booklet to buy this really cheap, affordable car. And every week you put a little bit of money in that savings booklet, and before you know it, you had yourself a good, affordable car, and you paid no interest to the banks. You see where I'm going with this, people? You see where I'm going with this? Maybe the public school systems are brainwashing our children into stuff that may be not that good for them. We need a whole turnaround in the way we're thinking in this country, a whole turnaround. Yes, we do.